when my team wins a big game, it's good. But when my team doesn't win the big game, you better look out, Buster. I'm a loose cannon. This is not good at all.
What's up, Dip Nation? Welcome to the Too Much Dip podcast. My name is David. I'll be hosting today. Live in studio with me, the new-ish studio. It's Dylan Shivery.
Man, first TMD in the new stew. Let's have a good one, guys.
Is it going to be weird when we have KJ on? KJ is on vacation today, and he's like below eye level for us.
I think it's a more natural eye line.
You do?
Actually, yeah.
I kind of like it when he looks down upon me.
He usually does. He's a large fella. Man, I'm just looking at the Big 12 standings right now. Kansas on top.
Rock chalk, Dylan.
What? What year is this? Anyway, congrats to Kansas, man. I'm ready to talk football. Are we talking hockey too?
Can I intro Brett and do the other stuff too?
We got Brett Scarriman in here.
Yeah, Brett filling in admirably for KJ.
Thank you. Speaking of KJ, lives in Wisconsin famously. The Milwaukee Admirals team up there admirably. Close, but no scratch.
What sport is that?
Hockey. AHL hockey.
This dude's out here dropping AHL teams on
the American
pod.
Hockey League.
KJ ain't doing that. Let me tell you that.
While we have Dylan, the background that Dylan has going right now, it looks like he's at the DMV right now, getting his picture taken.
Some people
That's
see
subject to change.
Some people see a blank wall behind me. I see potential.
You see opportunity.
I see a blank canvas.
Or we can sell fake IDs to kids, and that's where we take their picture.
Or both.
Dude, we need another stream of revenue. That could be pretty solid.
It's about to be popping behind
I bet you. Okay, here's the deal. We have interns that go to UT. We have Randy who can probably take a picture and like bebop, boobop and make a thing.
That's something he would do.
And then sell them on to Texas kids.
Is it too hard to make a fake these days, like a good one?
I don't know. How hard are people really looking?
In a post 9/11 world, which I guess we've been in for over two decades.
It's been a minute.
But that was not like, so I was, my fake ID days were, I guess they were right around then. But it seemed like it was pretty easy to get a fake and they didn't have to be great. But now they've got like the hologram and the invisible stuff.
Yeah.
I just feel like the technology, it's hard to keep up with.
I don't know.
The tech, is the tech there? Do we even know?
The tech's there.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use it, but some people might.
Hey, if you want some merch, if you look in front of Brett Merriman here to my left, there's a Too Much Dip bar hat.
And it's fire flames.
It's absolute fire. You can get it on the Washed Media shop. That's washedmedia.shop for Dippy merch. Support the show. Get you a hat. It's a great hat. If you're wondering, it's like a moisture wicking. What's the fabric called?
It's an Imperial Performance Cap.
Great for golf.
You've seen an Imperial hat. You've probably seen 1,000 of them in your lifetime already. They're everywhere because they're very popular, very well made, performance-y, like techie material, like Dave said. They're fantastic hats. They fit well. The one I'm wearing, although it is not one that we offer, is the same kind of hat.
Correct.
Yeah, it's an Imperial.
Yes. So check it out. Also, if you're new, we do a live stream every Thursday evening before the Thursday night game. Little pre-action before kick. And you can check that out at the Too Much Dip YouTube page. And check out our special interview with our guest, Tron Carter from No Laying Up from last Thursday. I have not looked at the picks. I know it wasn't going well for me. I'm pretty sure it wasn't going well for you. KJ was doing pretty well.
It went much better for me than it did for you.
Really?
I missed my big boy stack, but other than that, I picked pretty well.
Oh.
Have you ever thought about fading yourself, Dave?
The funny thing is, well, I'm trying to lose because I look to get in better shape for our combine video. So
right.
I'm tanking.
I see.
But I'm in a pick'em pool with about 90 other dudes. And we're picking every college game, every NFL game. Currently fifth.
You went 4 and 5. So just under 500.
That's not like.
That's actually a dramatic increase. I had
Yeah.
won two games the prior 3 weeks.
I went 6-3. We both missed our big boys.
That's what hurts.
Yeah. KJ's the only one who hit his big boy.
I'm going to stop doing college football big boy stacks. It's just too unpredictable. I'm too bad at it. Or maybe I'll keep doing it so I can lose. Who knows? But check that out. Thursday evenings, we pick games. Again, yeah, check it out. If you're a No Laying Up fan, we had Tron on last Thursday. And that audio is available on this feed. And you can go back if you want. You can just watch the stream on our YouTube page. You want to just get right into college football?
Is it time?
Yeah, I think it is. Dylan, you're pretty horny for it. You want to kick off with Kansas?
I mean, who did Kansas play? Kansas won again. Kansas played
Iowa State,
14-11. Not a high.
Not a great game.
Yes.
Iowa State's not very good.
But Kansas, they've been putting up big boy numbers on the board, and this is a game they showed they can win in a kind of a defensive struggle. Look, Kansas is 5-0 now and sitting atop the Big 12, 2-0 in conference, and just taking fools out left and right.
And
I'm happy for Kansas fans, man.
College game day in Lawrence this
That's
week.
right.
For the first
To
time
the TCU
ever.
Kansas game.
TCU
Ever?
undefeated.
Yeah.
How's no way?
Mhm.
Even
was
during their Orange Bowl run, they didn't have game day there, huh?
Nope.
Okay.
First time in Lawrence.
Disrespect.
I also don't know if game day was like really cooking back then, was it?
Yeah.
Did they do it every week back then?
Dude,
I don't know.
when T-State made the when we were still D1 AA, we made the semifinals of the playoff.
Oh, okay.
And there was like a rumor going around campus that game day was going to be in San Marcos. And that didn't happen.
No.
But I think game day has gotten a lot better about going to smaller schools.
Yeah, I feel like North Dakota State gets one every year.
They went
James
to-
Madison, right?
They went to Appalachian State.
App
earlier
State.
this
App
year.
State,
Yeah.
JMU.
Yeah.
App State, future ACC member, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, maybe not formalized yet, but like they're going to be big time.
Sure. But yeah, Kansas, man. Like it is funny all the flowers they're getting because like everybody, no one has a bad thing to say about them, I guess outside of Mizzou.
Yeah.
But you can still hate their basketball program with a passion and ride for their football team a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, the two conference games they've won, of course, West Virginia, which doesn't appear to be a good football program. Iowa State having a down year, it looks like.
Their
as
offense
well.
is not good.
So, although they have jumped out to a tremendous start to the season, especially for Kansas, a quarterback looks very legit, as we've discussed. I don't know if they've been truly tested yet, but that will be. We'll see.
If TCU is who we think they are, they should handle Kansas.
They whipped, absolutely just dragged OU. Dragged.
It was
them.
just an ass whipping. It looked like a team that was excited to play versus a team that didn't get off the bus.
They gave up. They gave up 5,000 yards to TCU.
They lost their quarterback.
They lost their quarterback, but
Gabriel.
that's not the reason they lost.
No,
the
they
game.
were already down big.
They were down 34-10, I believe, when their quarterback was knocked out, and he was hit hard. I expect him to be out for the Texas game this weekend.
that's
that was a
right.
murder. Like there's targeting, then there's attempted murder. That was
Especially
attempted murder.
on the heels of like all the Tua Tagovailoa stuff with all the head trauma stuff. I feel like they're playing it safe. He's not going to suit. He's not.
Remind
gonna
me,
suit up.
was it intentional?
He slid.
He was sliding, and the guy just came and
absolutely-
just cleaned him.
Oh man,
Cleaned him out.
You see 2 or 3 of those every year that are really, really bad.
It was ugly. Yeah. But again, the OU defense just decided not to show up. It was a track meet.
I thought that was like the whole thing. You get what's his name in there, Venables, going to change the defensive culture.
Yeah, and it's almost like Jeff Levy leaving Ole Miss to go to Oklahoma. So you thought the offense was going to be better too.
You know,
It's
if you
crazy.
recall,
Wow, you brought it back to Ole Miss.
Venables-
I'm just saying.
if you recall, Venables once was the DC in Norman, Oklahoma, at University of Oklahoma, and he was run out of town, folks, for underperforming.
Then he went to Clemson,
Then he went to
where
Clemson.
he was doing Dabo stuff with some stud D linemen. It seemed like every year they had a first round draft pick.
Clemson has talent. Yeah.
Now they go back to Oklahoma and he's underperforming again. You're saying is that kind of what I'm reading?
It's early.
Okay.
I mean, he's 5 games into his tenure. Let's give him some time. But so far, the team does not look very good.
Well, it's good that they're going to the conference that'll be easier, right? Like that'll be theoretically people won't run down their throats.
the Southeastern Conference,
Right.
Is what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
So it means more there.
People say that.
Yeah.
The line for
Yikes.
Texas OU started out at about 3.5, I think. Texas favored. It's moved to 6.5.
So somebody got the nod that Quinn's starting.
Or that Dylan Gabriel is not starting, perhaps.
Texas should have no problem in this game.
No
No one's ever said that about a Texas OU game that has gone south.
I don't want to talk too big and say like Texas is going to go in there and wreck their shit, but it's setting up really well for Texas. There's no excuse to lose this game.
They looked good and efficient against West Virginia at home. Again, that is a pretty spare West Virginia team.
Yeah, what's their deal? They had a transfer quarterback too, right?
JT Daniels.
Daniels, yeah.
Former 5-star from Georgia. But there's just not a whole lot of talent on that team right now.
Mm-hmm.
He looks fine. But man, I'm pretty pumped for this game this weekend. Like I said, it sets up really well for Texas. A lot of booty chatter saying that Quinn Ewers is going to be back. Of course, I thought he was going to maybe be back for West Virginia. Didn't happen. We'll see.
In the shadow of Big Tex, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Big Tex has joined us here on the show.
Howdy, folks.
Oh,
A lot of people don't know that voice, but some do.
Right.
Howdy, folks.
you should go to the State Fair at least once. State Fair of
Right.
Texas. Get you
I did last year.
a frozen.
You didn't go to the game.
Fried.
Oh no, I didn't.
Bucket
Coney.
list that.
Okay, I'll go to the game.
Bucket list.
Fair was cool though. Good, like one day of 3 hours of walking around, and then that's
The fair's cool.
Plenty.
But when there's a football game in the middle of it
Mm-hmm.
that happens to be a heated rivalry, it's electric.
Also cool.
I mean, you spend a couple hours at the fair drinking those like wax cup beers, and you have some
Yep. Did
a
a
fried
lot of that.
had a fried Oreo and a fried Twinkie, and then you go to the game, maybe sneak a flask in and just get ripped, and it's
Hell yeah.
awesome.
Fried
The boots.
Twinkie, meh. Fried Oreos, unbelievable.
Man, I had a fried PB&J there one year that
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about.
Yeah.
Shout out to both schools and anybody who's in charge of putting that game together for not taking it away from the original, from the Cotton Bowl.
Not yet, anyway.
Because, dude, as soon as that thing gets moved to Arlington or some shit,
It'll be a sad day.
it's gonna suck.
That'll be exactly where it's moved. Right? That would be the.
If it
It's honestly
moves-
surprising it
yeah.
hasn't happened
If it
yet.
moves, then yes, but we don't want that to happen.
No.
It's a really, really cool environment for a football game.
How many games is he going to get? He always has a big Arkansas game every year, right?
A&M usually plays there
Yeah.
once a year, once every other year, something like that.
He used to have Tech Baylor for like 4 or 5 years in a row.
Really?
I don't like college games in pro stadiums. I don't like it. It just feels weird to me.
Me neither.
I need the pageantry, the student section and all that.
Well,
all
that's
that
like
shit.
the Cotton Bowl is just like a throwback. I mean, it's bare
Yeah.
bones, and it gets loud.
Unless I was going to say, unless like the Rose Bowl or Cotton Bowl, like unless it's a throwback stadium that doesn't necessarily host an NFL team currently, then I'm in. I think Citrus Bowl, do they still do that down there?
I don't know.
The Dolphins' old stadium. I don't know.
Hard to say.
Hard to say. Yeah, no, you can't.
Money's ruined the game.
You can't
know?
look stuff like
I
that.
know.
up.
I don't.
Yeah.
Elsewhere in the Big 12, Okie State rolls into Waco, takes care of business.
Haven't watched a game of theirs. Are they for real?
Their schedule, I think I heard this stat, was going into that game against Baylor, the weakest schedule in college football.
That's surprising with the Ole Miss schedule that has occurred so far. But
That being said, they are good enough to win the Big 12, but they don't jump out. Like Spencer Sanders, yeah, he's improved in that he's not turning the ball over.
okay,
Not improved like he's making electric plays. That many electric plays, that is. I mean, Baylor last season, was all over him. Like, he threw 3 or 4 picks in the Big 12 championship game. This year, I think Baylor turned the ball over a couple times, but
And
he outplayed Shapen.
I think Oklahoma State is really good.
I can't give them either way. I haven't watched them play. But their next 5 games, they got it. They're going to drop one.
Who do
Who
they
we
got?
They got Tech this weekend in Oklahoma. Where am I?
Stillwater.
I was going to say Norman, but that obviously
That's a dub.
Tech, TCU
Uh-huh.
on the road in Dallas, Texas at Oklahoma State in Manhattan for Kansas State, and then Oklahoma State at Kansas.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see an undefeated Big 12 team.
They'll drop one, but I still think they're the clear best team in the Big 12 at this moment.
TCU is shocking me though, man. Like, what's that kid's name? Max Dugan.
Dugan.
One of like the
Dugan.
top 5, if you go by PFF rankings or whatever it is, QBR rankings, and along with Jalen Daniels, Kansas.
Spencer Sanders is up there.
Spencer Sanders is like 12.
Yeah.
Duggan or Dugan is top 5.
Yeah.
A lot of good quarterback play in the Big 12.
Yeah. So Baylor, I got to say, if you've watched Baylor and you've seen the Dave Aranda philosophy of every possession, assuming they're an underdog, is a 4-down possession. Like, they are not going to waste it. They are rarely going to punt, or at least that's what they look like
That's
against.
the trend right now.
It's cool because I was telling Brett this before. You get coaches who will do that, and then they'll say, well, that's what the book said to do. But then in a similar situation, they won't. So they're inconsistent. So far, Aranda's been fairly consistent with it, which I like. I mean, they went forward in their own zone or on their own side of the field a couple times, and it burned them one time.
Texas Tech converted 6 of 8 fourth downs against Texas.
That's insane.
Yeah. It was
That's
a very
wild.
frustrating game to watch.
Yeah, that's
You
as a
should
Texas
knock on
fan.
your neighbor's door and be like, "What's up with that?"
Yeah.
Mm.
By the way, we're bringing a bottle of wine over there today because Parks just will not stop hitting balls in that dude's backyard, and he smoked the window
No
yesterday.
way.
Yeah.
Are you kind of like doing that on purpose too? Just be like,
No,
"Hey,
it
what's
was
up?"
it was Bay's idea. She saw it happen. She's like, "We got to go."
Wait,
do
did he
something."
shatter the window?
No, but it made a loud
Oh,
loud sound.
what kind of balls?
It's a not exactly a wiffle ball, but like a solid plastic ball of that similar
the
material.
better wiffle balls, because
Yeah.
you throw the wiffle balls with holes in them.
You can knock them.
You can knock them, but you can't hit them too hard.
You can throw a nasty like 12-6 curveball with those
Yeah.
two.
You gotta. You know what? I'll get Parts for his birthday this year. Have you seen the curve balls that have like raised seams, and you can throw and you can get like 6 feet of break on them? They're insane.
That's too much
Yeah.
break.
For those
Way too
confused, I don't know if I've actually said this yet. The Texas defensive coordinator lives directly behind me, and his house is like right on the property line. He can like look right into my backyard. It's
Seen Parts hit danger. Maybe he'll offer him. Just be like, "Hey, don't want to get too ahead of our skis
Get
here,
that
but
NIL bag.
the night before the Alabama game.
Mhm.
His light was on until like 1 a.m. He was
Yeah.
just burning the midnight oil, just cooking up some
Yep.
some blitz packages,
Almost paid off.
some coverages.
Mhm.
They played their what's off that game.
What else? What else we got? Oh, Georgia looked like shit through 3.5 quarters.
Dave, I texted this to the group earlier today. Georgia's officially made my fraud list.
They on
I
Fraud
disagree
Watch?
completely.
Fraud. They're on fraud watch.
If you look historically at like great teams, they always have one, even maybe 2 games where they just don't show up and they like squeak by someone they're not supposed to, squeak by against.
I agree, but they've done it 2 weeks in a row now.
Who was it? Kent
Kent
State,
State
yeah.
last week they won by 10 or 12, and then
Are they reading
This
their own
week-
press clippings?
no, I
like that.
just think
like when
they're
teams do
the
that.
entire offense runs through their 2 tight ends who are all world.
Alabama drops a game every year. Like
Yeah.
all their national championships are like 13-1 every time they win one.
And they just are able to win the SEC championship
Yep,
game, and then
exactly.
they still make it.
It
I-
happens, man.
I would-
College
I know-
football
I know,
is
I know.
so unpredictable.
I would normally agree with you, but I mean,
I
that was Mizzou's game up until what, the last 7 or 8 minutes.
Mizzou had a 10-point lead in the fourth
Is
quarter.
it Mizzou just absolute trash?
Trash.
What's their record?
Trash. Oh man,
I don't know, but they're not good.
They
I think it's like
stink,
2 and
baby.
2, but they had some.
They stink, baby.
They had some throwaway games or something like that.
Okay.
Little surprising. I don't know what was expected out of Mizzou, but I mean, they've recruited well since what's his name?
21.
Drinkowitz?
Eli.
Eli.
Mizzou is 2-3 and 0-2 in conference.
Yeah.
Tough.
They got beat by Auburn, famously falling apart at the seams.
Should have
Yes.
won that game, right?
Should have won that game.
Yeah, they should. Wow. You say should.
yeah.
Georgia figured it out, and I assume they'll be, once they get into the meat of their schedule, they'll kind of put it together. But yeah, that Kent State game was kind of worrisome.
Do I get to talk Texas A&M for a sec?
Oh,
They got
Speaking
absolutely
of another fraud team,
They got absolutely dragged by Mississippi State.
are they even maybe they were a fraud
I just
earlier. Nobody thinks they're good anymore.
I
They had-
don't like A&M, and I just don't like the buzz they get for recruiting classes.
I finally had a chance to watch quarterback Haynes King throw a pass. Of course, this is the young man who won the starting job at the beginning of the year and then was replaced. And he was brought back into the game. I don't know it was because of underperformance by the other one, Max Johnson, or there's an injury. I didn't watch the
Okay.
whole game. Anyway, that doesn't matter. What matters is I watch Haynes King.
You're gonna say Queen.
I almost said Queen.
Wow.
Throw a pass. Maybe we should call him Haynes Queen.
Oh,
The way he throws the ball.
Come
man.
on, man.
The guy has just an atrocious, hideous throwing motion,
Oh,
and he can't hit the broadside of a barn. I don't know how a program that has recruited so well cannot figure it out at quarterback or just offense in general. They have some talent. You know, they have like 5-star receivers and O-linemen and all that shit. Their quarterbacks, though, what is going on? This guy, watch him throw a football. It's embarrassing. Like if this is your quarterback, shit.
I've seen a
It's
lot
tough.
of smarter people than me who can look at what's the all 22 personnel, look at it and like say, wow, what I don't know what their scheme is, but whatever it is, it's poorly coached, got guys out of place. They just don't look like a good team, like in any area. And their defense was, I feel like going into this game, like was not the problem, but they did not look good.
Yeah, I've seen some booty chatter, like some theories going around saying like Texas A&M, who just locked down the best recruiting class of all time. Like these are all like hired mercenaries basically, and it's like they don't really care about the university. You know, they're not like bought into the program. They're there because they're getting paid a lot of money, and they're just, you know, get some highlights together and move on to the NFL kind of thing. They're not really bought into the program there and the schemes they're running and all that. Who knows how true that is?
That was the book on Texas for a while. I feel like guys just are happy to get in there. Good. Well, maybe they bought in a little more, but like, you get down like, oh, I made it. It's like when you get that Longhorn on your helmet and
Yeah,
you're
maybe.
satisfied.
it's weird at A&M too because when they get bought in, it's literal duffel bags of money. That's
Correct.
Right. That's how they do
That's a
it
great point.
and have done it.
Yeah, now with the NIL stuff,
Mhm.
like they're actually like buying these guys. I mean, it's anyway. I mean, all program. I'm not just saying that A&M's the only program who does it. I think they do it better than other ones, obviously, because they're getting some serious talented.
They just flipped that kid from OU, right? Or he hadn't committed to OU, but everybody thought he was going there.
Oh yeah, the number one D lineman in the country, I
I
think.
think so.
Definitely in the state of Texas.
Yeah.
Strong OU leading up to his announcement date, which is last week, and he announced for A&M. Yeah, they have so much talent, but
They
stink, baby.
They also get nicked up too. Like Aeneas Smith, their number one receiver's out. He's like been there forever. It feels like. I feel like A-Chain, great running back. He kind of gets nicked up too, and then Johnson left with a thumb injury officially.
Okay.
So
yeah, I don't know how much better he is than Haynes King, but I promise you he is better than Haynes King because he is terrible. I mean, it's bad.
It is terrible.
We gotta talk Jalen Milroe,
The stud,
dude.
absolute dog.
I mean, yeah, it's not like a shocker that Alabama had like a sick quarterback backing up Bryce Young, but
Alabama also recruits well for those
turns out they do.
new to college football.
Turns out they do. What's the latest on the shoulder for Bryce Young? Wasn't the AJ McCarron's diagnosis did not ring true?
No, AJ McCarron liked to go on and basically say he's done for the rest of his career, more or less, because he's quote experienced that type of look before after an injury.
It's
like
all
that.
on the look. When
Yeah.
you go to the doctor, they just kind of look at your face. They're like, "Oh fuck, we call off the MRI."
Day to day is Bryce Young. Looks
Day
like
to
he'll be
day.
all right.
Who did they got
Maybe-
this weekend?
A&M.
Yeah, A&M.
Oh,
A&M is
well, Nick
in
Saban revenge game, right?
Tuscaloosa.
Was that last year? Jimbo beat him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was that one that they got the one game. That they just got kind of weird things happen.
A&M might not score. Their offense is so bad.
Atrocious.
Brett, can you reveal the rest of your fraud list?
Yeah, fraud list goes as follows, Dave. Clemson, fraud. Georgia,
Ooh,
fraud.
I thought that was a good win against the Wolfpack.
A&M, fraud. And USC, fraud.
Why USC?
I haven't played anybody.
They played Oregon State.
Played Oregon
Dave's,
State.
Yeah, but-
Dave's dark horse.
That's Dave's dark horse. It's not
They
my
played
dark
Oregon.
horse.
Well, here's interesting. If you want to look at Utah versus USC, because I think the Pac-12 is going to be one of those two teams, right?
Yeah.
Or
Or UCLA. Whoa.
Utah demolished Oregon State last weekend. Whereas 2 weeks ago, USC 3-point game,
3-point game.
anybody's game into the fourth. But yeah, no, Oregon State's a good team. They're not going to win the Pac-12, but USC, they're gonna drop a couple games.
They got Wazoo in town this weekend. That feels like a win. They have, and then USC at Utah.
That's the
next
game.
week.
That's
7:00 kick.
They're not ready for Jaquindon.
They have.
Didn't get any touches this weekend, sadly.
Dave's got Cam Rising. Love him.
Good player.
Utah has that shitty loss to Florida at this point. Otherwise, they'd be very much in the deal. But that game is the USC has the opportunity to leave my fraud list after
Well,
the Utah.
put them on leave the fraud list watch.
They're on leave the fraud list watch. I'm just saying that right now. I'll
Okay.
get ahead of that. Clemson, not many opportunities. I don't think DJ is very good. I really
I don't
don't
either.
think
He's
DJ's
looked
very
better.
He's just a big arm, quarterback. It's just like he's got the
good.
he's got the talent, but is he gonna put it all together kind of thing?
I don't know. I don't think that I was ever a Dabo guy, but
You said you like how he runs down the hill before his team.
I don't. I find him completely off-putting when he's interviewed.
He stopped.
His face.
Why
his-
did he quit eating pudding?
Yeah, it's weird for him.
Why
I
is he
feel
on-
like banana pudding in Clemson
Why
would
is
be
he on-
really
he's doing
good.
paleo.
Why is he off
Like
it?
really
he's doing
good.
paleo.
Oh.
Trying to limit sugar. I just don't like his face. And I guess maybe it's some of the quotes that pop up every season, him complaining about something, him saying he would retire the day we paid players. It's just that he just looks like a little bitch.
Does he dabble in like sharing his political opinion out there?
I don't think so.
Dabo?
Okay.
I don't think so. I think guys like
I
that.
know he's a good
they
old
keep
Christian boy.
They keep it pretty locked up because
He's
there's
a
donors
Christian boy.
on both sides of the aisle, kind of thing.
Yeah.
They don't want
Okay.
to alienate.
But yeah, he
He doesn't want to wear a Mike Gundy
Look,
OAN shirt.
you got to embrace the NIL stuff. You just have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick
Kinda.
Saban has said some things against it, but he can say whatever he wants.
That
He's a godfather.
yeah,
of
I
college
know.
football.
I mean, Saban has bad quotes out there, but he gets away with it because he's Saban. Dabo he's just annoying.
He is.
I don't care
He
for
is,
the guy.
He is annoying. I agree.
That's good.
Can I
That's good sports talk there.
I'll put Clemson going in to Tallahassee in 2 weeks.
Leave with the
Look
L.
out. Look out spot.
Upset alert.
Whatever, maybe, yeah.
We're talking
Yeah, let's say that.
quiet flight home kind of stuff.
Yeah, quiet flight home.
Mm.
Short flight from Tallahassee to Clemson, but quiet flight.
Speaking of quiet flights, Paul Chryst out at Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin's one of those teams that they've been good for so long, but haven't been. They haven't cracked the upper. Like you can't beat Ohio State, Michigan State, Michigan. Like they just can't. I watched them play in the Big Ten championship game a couple of years ago against Ohio State, and boom, boat raced. So good luck to Jim Leonard, who's the intern coach, and I hope he gets the opportunity to stay the coach. Turn the program around, Dave. Inject some new life into that culture in Madison.
What's the T? What's Dumois have for coaches' names getting floated? You seen anybody? Maybe one Matt Rule.
To Wisconsin?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one.
I have not seen that one. But anytime, the more the Panthers lose and the worse they look, the more Matt Rule to whatever insert college that needs a coach pops up.
Matt Rule feels destined for the Nick Saban rehabilitation program, doesn't he?
He should be. I mean, there's no shame.
Or does he bring the Baylor Bears back to prominence? I don't know.
If Aranda leaves,
I don't know. I'm just saying.
they've got a really young secondary. Okay, the defense, they had a ton of dudes who went to the NFL last season. Like
I'm not saying Baylor.
I know.
Down years happen.
Cowboys should have drafted Petrie in the second round. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah. Anything else on
should
the
have touched on that one?
any other Big Ten? Michigan's really good.
They're on noted. My list also includes might be really good teams.
Be fun if they could make a run.
Ole Miss, Michigan, Penn State, and Tennessee make up that list.
Okay.
So
Where you at on Kentucky after watching that Ole Miss game?
you know what's I think Kentucky's good. I think they were overrated going like they weren't the seventh best team in that country going into that game. There was a good top 15 battle. Kentucky's probably 12 before that game. Ole Miss is 14. And both teams shot themselves in the foot.
Both
and
of them.
somehow won the game.
It's true.
I mean, Kentucky fumbled on consecutive possessions within like the 20-yard line. Once on the 6-yard line.
Can't do that.
Will Levis threw a touchdown. He's the real deal, by the way. He'll be the combine guy that's like, oh, Bryce Young's this and CJ Stroud's that, but look out for this Will Levis guy. He's big. He's 6'3". He's got big hands. Throws darts. He throws like Elway cross balls though, where the receivers are just like, oh my God, hits you in the face type of
Too
thing.
hot.
Hot. He throws hot.
He can spin it.
And then also likes to try to pick up first downs and run the ball a little too hard for the boys, and then fumbles, which happened.
Extra yards.
He wants it too much.
He
the
wants
boys.
it. He wants it.
That
but
being his teammate, I guess. Like,
yeah,
you would think.
the rest of the squad.
So the last play of the game, he doesn't get they get a long first down to this freshman on Kentucky, Berrien or Braxton Brown for Kentucky. This dude has wheels, unbelievable, and then throws this beautiful back shoulder kind of fade ball to him, touchdown. Flag on the play. They did the thing where they run up really fast and try to get Ole Miss like underprepared for the snap.
Wasn't set.
Wasn't set, Dave.
You
Wasn't
got to set.
Illegal
Got to rep
motion
the set.
on the offense. Next play drops back. Jared Ivey comes in, strips the ball. Game over. Ole Miss wins. A lot of improvement for Ole Miss to do, but man, Jackson Dart's the real deal, Dave. Real deal.
Real deal.
Real deal, JD.
Might be good watch. Ole Miss football.
No. Might be really good.
Might
watch.
be really good watch.
There's teams that are on the like good watch list. Ole Miss might be really good. They could be undefeated going out.
You heard it here first, folks, from Brett Merriman
Well, they
of Cold Stove fame.
Their win total over under was 7.5 this year. Everybody was like, "Oh, Ole Miss is the 9th best team in the SEC." It's just not true.
It's
So
not true.
The pundits missed another one.
would you look at that?
Another one.
Weatherman and pundits, Dave.
DJ Kelly.
You know what I've been missing is Vizzy Hard Seltzer.
Why you been missing that? I've been drinking it.
Just because I haven't had one this morning, this afternoon.
Right.
Just, look, Dylan, summer's phased out. It's time for something fresh during the season of change. While you make the transition, grab a case of Vizzy Hard Seltzer with flavors for every vibe. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm talking tailgate vibes right now, Davey boy.
I love a good Teagate with Vizzy.
Oh, Texas OU 11 a.m. kickoff. What better way to
Get
start
you a
your morning
Mimo.
than with a mimosa?
Get you a
Dylan,
mimosa.
are you more of a fan of crispy weather
Yes.
or a crispy taste on that Vizzy?
Ooh.
Mm.
I can't have both, can I?
I mean, the
Just one or the other?
juxtaposition between the two,
I don't know.
right?
I'll go Viz, but it's close.
Okay.
Vizzy Mimosa has the refreshing taste of real orange juice and is perfect for daytime sipping. Comes in strawberry orange, pineapple orange, peach orange, and pomegranate orange. If you want to shake things up or just keep your options open, try the variety pack. You tried the Vizzy variety pack? I think you have.
Yeah, I have, Dave.
You got a cornucopia of flavors. There's a seasonal tie-in.
Fall season. It's fall.
How about this? V-Pack 1, or as I call it, Variety Pack 1. Strawberry kiwi, blueberry pomegranate, black cherry lime, and pineapple mango. And then you got the other one, watermelon, strawberry, raspberry, tangerine, papaya, passion fruit, and blackberry lemon. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, flavors for every vibe. Stock up on Vizzy Hard Seltzer and show some love for the show. Here's how to get yours. Go to VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed to find Vizzy near you. That's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed. And to hear about their latest flavor drops and more, sign up at VizzyHardSeltzer.com/subscribe. Must be 21 or older. Celebrate responsibly. Molson Coors Beverage Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. To the NFL.
Let's talk some big boy football.
Dun, 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 dun. What do you want to start? Chiefs, Bucks.
Chiefs, Bucks.
Mahomes on his bullshit.
Yeah.
Dude, he's like good at football.
Yeah, he plays the game like no one has ever played the game. It's
Are we over Mahomes?
Yes, we're over Bleacher Report Mahomes
yes.
on him.
Here
And
we
it's,
go.
It's just he does any. I feel like I'm talking like Micah right now.
You kind of are.
I
that's,
don't
that's a
need-
good thing.
I don't need the Bleacher Report like skull fuck emojis and fire flames. When
What's the skull fuck emoji?
The exploding head.
Okay.
Mind blown emoji.
right.
He threw a pass. He threw a pass.
Dude, but he threw
Bailey
it
Zappi threw a
sidearm.
sidearm pass.
This guy grew up playing baseball. And
His
he threw a
dad
sidearm pass.
throws hard and stuff. I don't know, man. I love him. He's an incredible
No.
football player. We're lucky to have him.
So as
But
I
it's just come on.
as I increase the people that I follow on Twitter, I like to expand my universe. I follow more like other teams' accounts and stuff, like our friend Jake, who does the Baltimore Beatdown. And they will sometimes quip like, "Oh, if Pat Mahomes did that, it would have been viral 10 times by now."
Yes.
Because like you
Yeah.
see guys like Lamar do similar things, but
Yeah.
Mahomes is the darling, and he's a great dude. But
We're just oversaturated on
we get it.
the Fire Flames
But he was in-
Bleacher Report.
He was in his bag last night.
He was.
That first half was absurd.
Turns out he's still really good, even without Tyreek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like they draft really well. What's that running back? Pacheco?
Edwards-Helaire, too.
No, the other dude. They got some other kid who's
Oh, at
Looks like-
Rutgers, I think.
is he? Yeah, he's an absolute
Yeah.
unit. And he's
Yeah.
fat.
I
Like,
think it is Pacheco. I think you nailed that.
did I?
Yeah.
I watched
Sounds like a hockey player.
It does. It does. That's fair.
Mhm.
But he's
Thank
not.
you.
He's playing football.
Right.
Right.
NFL.
He's pretty good at it, I think.
The Bucks.
The Bucks are done.
mm,
They're toast.
He's calling.
I don't know. I'm not going
He's
to call him
calling it.
out until the entire offensive line is back.
There'll be a first round bounce.
Dude,
Okay.
Brady took one yesterday, and I thought that might be it. He got one from the blind side, and it could have been
Hits
lights
hurt
out.
more as you get older.
And he's 75.
He's
so,
75 years old.
Yeah.
His genetic age is 28, though.
You know, it's funny you say that, Brett. Brett and I have an author that we're really into, David Sinclair. He's a
Mhm.
Harvard researcher, anti-aging, things like that.
Aging is a disease that can be
That's
cured.
that's his theory. Well, I followed him on Instagram yesterday, and I was like, oh, who else follows him?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yep. Did the same
Okay.
thing, Dave. Had the same realization.
It's like, huh.
Huh.
Very cool. Man, I guess we can't do this segment without talking about them boys. The 3-1 Dallas Football Cowboys.
Your undefeated Cooper Rush as a starting quarterback this year.
Getting our balls rushed off.
Sure.
Rush. Cooper Kai. I don't know. I'm trying to think something
You're
there.
doing it. You're trying to do
Yeah, I
too
did.
much,
In real time, nonetheless.
It's a good effort.
Dylan, does Cooper Rush and Tony Pollard, does that team beat the Zeke Dak Cowboys?
No.
Okay.
Tony Pollard's not picking up Micah Parsons in protection.
Look, this
TP.
this Dallas defense is the real MVP.
They're great.
dude, not only are they good, but it's like a new guy each week. Was it Dante Fowler? Not Fowler. Was it Fowler? Somebody like
Former Gator.
dudes just show up and just ball out, and they kind of get after it. DeMarcus Lawrence looks like he's back. It's a pretty nasty defense. That's a top 2 or 3, if not the best one in the league.
Everybody's eating on that defense.
Whole squad just eats.
Is Micah
It's family
Parsons
style.
the best defensive player in the league? Like if you're today,
It's Aaron Donald until he decides to give it up.
okay, that's fair. But top 3, I'd say.
He's an animal.
Well, you do have a matchup this weekend of you got Rams boys. So you got Micah, Aaron Donald. I genuinely fear for Cooper Rush because I think Aaron Donald's the type. He seems like the type to kind of hear the hype for Micah Parsons, and he might actually murder somebody.
Has Jason Peters played snaps yet? Is
Yeah.
he still kind of coming
Yeah.
along? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
He
that's
looked really good against the is it the Bengals? Yeah, it was the Bengals.
That's one of those games. Like if you got Peters and he's smart and he's experienced, get him in for a couple snaps. He kind of tells the line, "Hey, Donald's going to do this. Just don't panic. Don't get too in your bag on stuff, and we'll be all right." Ty Smith's playing well.
I still think the Eagles are going to win that division. I know that's a crazy take, really going out on a limb.
I don't know.
It's
I'm not
just
so sure.
I feel like we're going to catch they're going to get one on us when we go up there with Cooper Rush. Not that Cooper Rush is great, a great backup, but you got to
Gallup's
go to
back.
Philly with him.
Gallup's back. Okay. Scored a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Look good.
Dak will be coming back. The offense is going to get a little bit better. The defense, we know what it is.
I don't know. A guy in
It's-
the sauna yesterday was telling his buddy about how Dak's terrible, and also was changing his DraftKings lineup in the sauna loudly, just kind of throwing out player names. It's very annoying.
Y'all
Shout out
do.
to DraftKings,
That guy's
I mean-
awesome. You love guys who talk in the sauna.
especially guys who talk to their boys.
As a total wine, guy told me to pick up Brett Maher, kicker for the Cowboys, and lights out.
He's good.
Lights out
I'm a Graham Gano guy.
More like Graham Gayes.
because he's
Right.
electric.
Yeah, I think he gave me an 8 spot yesterday.
And
Shout out to him. Shout out to the Giants catching a dub. Daniel Jones looking pretty
Yeah,
good.
he's great with his feet.
athletic-wise.
I think the Justin Fields experiment is coming to an end in Chicago. No,
Are we already
nah.
giving up?
I don't know. I just think that's a bad team. That was an overreaction. Justin Fields is a good quarterback, but that team is terrible.
Is he?
He
Why is
doesn't,
everyone such a believer in Justin Fields?
because they're so desperate in Chicago that they want somebody to be
Like,
to step up.
He'll make like one like miraculous play, like
I know.
evade the pocket and
I
just
know.
throw it up to somebody, and it's like, oh, Justin Fields, he's the future. It's like, is he though?
He's not, but
He
they don't
doesn't
have
seem-
like
he doesn't seem
Darnell.
that fucking
Darnell
good.
Mooney is their number one receiver, and it's just like, yeah,
Okay.
But you do.
If you're a good enough quarterback, you can elevate your receiving core a little bit.
I agree.
Look what Aaron Rodgers has done throughout his entire career.
I agree.
With he's had Devontae, I get it, but he hasn't had a ton to work with.
Scary one for them this week. Rodgers.
Who they got?
They had the Patriots
Oh,
and went to
Mm.
overtime with
okay.
a third string quarterback.
I thought you meant this upcoming.
Zappy?
Bailey Zappi. Yeah,
Where's he
Zapster.
out of?
I have no fucking idea. Bailey Zappi. Matt Jones down with a weird that video with him getting carried is really weird.
Yeah,
Western Kentucky.
He got Paul Pierced off the field.
Yeah, it was like, oh. And then Brian Hoyer went down like the first 4 seconds of the game. So Bailey Zappi time.
Zap man.
The Zap man from Western Kentucky, who I
What town is
put my
Western
big boy
Kentucky?
stack on. It's in the Commonwealth of Kentucky in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Oh,
Obviously.
okay.
Everybody knows that.
Right.
Western Kentucky and Bowling Green in the same town.
I didn't know that town could
Everybody knows that.
support two
Crosstown
universities.
rivals. dude.
Am I crazy that I didn't know that?
I thought Bowling Green was in Ohio.
How many people live in Bowling Green? Let's guess. I say 200.
I hope it is in Ohio.
280,000.
Where is Bowling Green?
Population.
Can you
of
figure it out?
Bowling Green.
Bowling Green State University.
There's one in
is
Ohio
in
and
fucking
Kentucky.
Ohio.
Wow, only 71,000.
That's way more than I expected.
I'm gonna need somebody to break down this whole Bowling Green.
Bowling
thing.
Green, Kentucky is home of Western Kentucky University. Bowling Green, Ohio,
There are two
home
Bowling
of Bowling
Greens.
Green
No one knew that.
University.
Dude, that is skull fuck emoji.
Skull fuck emoji. Neither of which have many people in them.
Let me just say, I'm more of a bowling for soup guy.
My friends over. No, it's Newfound Glory. Oof. What's a bowling?
She
Wow.
said she needed a break.
Bowling Green, Ohio, even smaller. 31,000 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's like Saratoga Springs,
Wow.
baby.
Wow.
Randy probably
Wow.
knows all this shit. Midwest stuff.
I didn't know that.
How big is Gary, Indiana?
Okay, we don't need to just Google towns.
I want to know. Now I have to know.
Gary, Indiana has a population of, drum roll, please,
Oh God.
69,093
nice.
people.
Nice.
nice. Panthers stink.
Yes, they do.
Why is
Baker-
Baker such a little shithead?
Because he's a shithead.
You see the quote? There was like,
Yeah.
"You hear the booze, Baker?" He's like, "Yeah, but you fucking scored a touchdown after the booze." So like,
Fair point.
He's
They
such a
did.
charge.
Lost the game.
why can't
Not
you just
good.
be like, "Yeah, I would have booed too. We were playing like shit."
The people on the Twitter were debating who's the worst OU quarterback
Ever?
currently.
Oh.
Former OU quarterback, Kyler versus Baker.
Ooh,
Because Kyler not looking good this year.
ooh.
Cardinals not good.
When's D Hop getting back?
Hard to say.
No one really knows, do they?
Well, you know, Dylan, that's interesting. It's something I was thinking about. Let's see if I can find anything.
They've just Googled DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, I was hoping, in the news tab.
I usually
Yeah, they
go to-
stink. Baker stinks.
Oh, yeah. 6 games.
Sixth spot.
What did he do?
Um,
A minor PED. Give me a fucking break. Nobody
What was
cares.
Was he
What
rocking?
the-
Was he Adderall?
what was
that,
the D on that PED?
I don't know, but I'd like to know. It's probably
So,
something I
yeah,
want to take.
Anabolic steroid.
I will go out on a limb and I'll say if whatever he took, I would take tomorrow. And if listeners want to send it to me, I'll take it.
What's the one that bicyclists take?
EPO,
EPO.
right? That's the Lance
isn't
Armstrong?
that a band?
No, maybe.
Probably.
It is EPO.
Damn. Why?
He also used growth hormone and something else.
Oh, or at least he didn't bet on one single parlay, and he would have gotten the year.
What a fucking nightmare. What a league. Like the NFL's run
What
by
a
bad
league.
people.
it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. There's no I say there should be a coach on the sideline that's sole purpose is to look at Twitter and just be like, that's really fucking dumb. Don't do that. The NFL needs that guy.
That's what agents are for.
In like matters of discipline, when they don't suspend Deshaun, like there needs to be a like, hey, you guys are really fucking dumb. It's like a PR
counsel.
guy, like a
Optics,
common sense PR optics guy.
the perception guy.
Yeah.
Hey, this is gonna look bad.
Yeah. Hey, don't do this.
Got to tell you, understand where you're coming from. Looks bad. Can't do it. Can't give the guy the entire year because he
bet $1,500.
yeah, on a parlay or something. Who cares? When your entire league
is betting.
The
entire league. It's not like
it's
Calvin
not like
Ridley
Pete Rose.
and it's not right. Calvin Ridley's not calling plays from home. Pete Rose bet on this team to win. I think that should be fine. If you bet on your team to lose, and you're like, ooh, hey, Randy, go bet. Yeah, it probably doesn't make a lot of sense.
Talking about our Randy
Yeah.
in this hypothetical.
Imagine Randy like laces one over the second baseman.
I could see Randy looking good in the batter's box. Right?
I don't know.
You ever swung a baseball bat, kiddo?
Yeah, don't call him kiddo.
Speaking of kiddos, this Josh Allen fella.
Oh,
He's
the Bills.
Funny guy.
What
Did you
about
see him do the Bryson thing with the rope?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, did he? That's good.
Somebody held the rope and he goes,
Did you see
I don't know if it was like a friendly nod, like or if he thinks Bryson sucks like most everybody
Did you see
else.
Bryson do the web redemption thing where he was like him versus a rope?
It was
and-
horrible.
Yeah.
It was truly terrible.
Somehow that made it worse.
It
for
did.
me.
It did.
Dude, I'm not even mad at Bryson. It's his boys. It's his buddies that sit there and like
Just enable him.
just fake laugh, over laugh, just to get one single crumb of clout.
What's the term when you're surrounded by just a bunch of
Yes men.
Like,
Yes, man.
No, there's like another term for him though.
The presidency.
Like a sycophant. Sycophant. Is that what
That's
they
a
call
good
him?
one. Sycophant. Yeah.
Sycophant.
I think it's loosely that.
That's what all his friends are.
It's a person who acts obsequiously toward someone important in order to gain advantage.
And
Yeah.
Real little finger type.
Crushed it.
Little finger.
obsequiously, right? Like I know what it means, but if you don't know what it means
Yeah.
at home, is
Yeah, that means like Dave. I know,
you
but
know-
like
you
It's like
know.
obedient or attentive
yeah,
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
obedient,
to an
like kind of
excessive or
attentive.
servile degree.
Yeah,
yeah, right. That's exactly.
yeah, like you just
right.
go along with it.
I was kind of thinking that.
Yeah,
Is it obsequious? I said obsequious. What did I say?
I want you to use it in a sentence, Dave, but not one that you read on there. Like, just come up with one.
Right, like now, like the obsequious voters for the college football playoff that love Billy Napier for some reason.
You guys can obseq these nuts.
Oh man, I don't know if that's used properly.
I did it to him. Nobody saw that coming.
Wow.
Yeah, this was everybody was dancing and calling the Bills frauds in that first half, and then didn't watch this game, but followed it for fantasy implications. What happened? Ravens they just cough it up, or the Bills just
If you
became
would
the
ask,
Bills
so if
again?
you ask a Ravens fan, the refs threw away the game.
I hate when that happens.
If you ask a Bills fan, the offense sort of figured it out, and Ken Dorsey is kind of the most electrifying play caller in both good and bad in
Love that.
in the NFL.
You got to have a wild ride.
Wild ride, and then also famously likes to throw shit around his desk.
Oh, that's that guy.
That's that guy.
Okay.
Won a national championship with Miami, of course, as the quarterback.
He doesn't really fit the character of that team. Wasn't like a swaggy guy. Like he wasn't getting invited to the third floor.
He was
or
kinda
seventh floor
dorky.
crew. Yeah, he was a dork.
Ken Dorky, I think they called him.
They liked it out there too.
Yeah, they did.
Will's laughing. He can't even hear us. We did not. We did the Thursday night stream, but that was before the Dolphins game. Any Tua updates? Any
He's
Tua
not
takes?
playing this week.
So
For the
I
best.
believe the team doctor was let go, terminated.
So I don't think he's, unless I'm wrong, it's supposed to be like a third party. So it's not someone employed by the team that does that investigation. Unless I have this wrong.
Was it a 10-year
The
investigation?
No, it's something else.
Brett
the
didn't get that
independent
one.
doctor was relieved of his duties.
Correct.
Unclear if that was the game-specific one, an NFL-specific one, but it was the independent doctor. That was
Independent
supposed
of the league and the team. I
Correct.
imagine.
Okay, he's been ruled out for this.
to, and Tua has been ruled out for
Right.
this upcoming game. Yes.
Make it 3 just to cover your ass. I don't care if he's cleared after this week. I would give it another couple games, I think, just to like, okay, his brain is, we know it's not mush for this one.
I think
It's terrible.
I felt so bad for him, man. After, the Sunday before when he took that hit and he came up all wobbly and couldn't,
And it happened again. It happened again. It's just.
I don't care.
It's disgusting. It's
I don't care if
disgusting.
he passes your concussion
I
protocol
know.
tests on the sideline. I don't care. If you get hit in the head so hard that you wobble and you can't stand up straight for a little bit, your brain was injured.
Yes. It should
Sit
be
his ass down.
It should be a time.
Take his
thing,
helmet from him.
You're right. Exactly. It should be a time like. Hey, if you want to do the test on Tuesday afternoon, fine. But like, not right now. You can't stand.
That was
So-
handled poorly.
in the
Yes.
UFC, like in MMA, which have their own problems, you see when a guy gets KO'd like that, you don't see them fight for months
Months.
because it's like, dude, you've got to take time off. You got to let that heal. You got to get right.
The hit on Thursday, it didn't even look bad.
Which is once you have a concussion, it's like
That's what I'm saying. Like
Dude,
it
that's
doubly as easy to get another.
he hit
one.
his head, but it didn't slam against the turf.
I
It didn't,
know.
it didn't like pop up off the turf. It was just he got tackled and he fell on his head.
Well, he
kind
got
of.
tackled and that dude slung him over.
Right. But
That was
like,
a very large
it didn't.
human.
It didn't like the week before. His head kind of bounced off the turf. He just hit his head on this one. Obviously, he hit hard, but not like you
Not good.
see.
Just and then the discourse is all the concussion thing. This like it just needs to be so much more cut and dry across the league. The hockey's done a good job with it. If you're lights out, there is no way you're going back into the game, and that's been a change in hockey culture because it used to be like, oh, I'm the tough guy, and then Eric Lindros gets KO'd KO's a guy at the blue line, and it's just that culture of I'm good is so entrenched in these contact sports, but they're not good. And these guys, they die 40 years from now, and we see it. We see their brains and they're mush.
Yeah. It's anybody who played football, like when we grew up, I don't know what the drills look like now, but like the amount of undiagnosed concussions that were dished out on a daily basis, like
Mhm.
playing just junior high ball, even like doing Oklahoma drills and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Dude, we were
they
talking.
would just tell you to go get water. They said go to the fountain.
We
go
were
to the
talking
hose."
last week, like in high school, you go out, you make a play, you get concussed. They don't have a team doctor that's trained on like all this
No.
concussion protocol. It's like, hey, follow the pin with your eyes. All right, you look fine.
Yeah.
Get back in the game. It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And it's sad because I love football and I injuries are part of the game, but man, oh man, is that frustrating to watch and just know that there's been efforts and the addition of the independent doctors and team doctors and like coaches being able to just rip the helmet away from the guy and say, you're not going back in. But it's just,
tough.
It doesn't happen.
Well,
Anyway,
I'll tell you something that's about to happen.
hit me.
I'm about to re-up on my factor. Ready to heat, ready to eat in just 2 minutes, whether I'm out and about all day or just cozying up at home. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals make it easy to fuel up fast with meals that are indeed delivered ready to heat and eat. Just 2 minutes, Dylan.
You will not believe what I had for lunch today.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Was it a Factor meal?
It was.
Fuck yeah.
It was. It was a pork tamale dinner
Oh, yeah.
with sweet potatoes and like a little like corn hash. I don't know what exactly to call it. It was phenomenal.
Mm.
Dude,
Phenomenal. I went home for lunch and I heated up. Here I am.
So my mother-in-law was staying with us last week, and it's a lot of pressure cooking for the wife, the kid. And
Oh,
the
you use a
mother-in-law.
pressure cooker?
Yeah, what'd
No,
you throw in
and
there?
This is again. This is
Okay.
gonna tie back to the read.
Okay.
My factor delivery just showed up, and I was like, "Oh, dude, this makes it so much easier. You don't
about
have to
to-
feel bad."
It's about to be a situation.
I had the salmon one the other day, the
I haven't
fresh
had that
salmon.
yet.
Dude, it's very good.
Have you tried the smoothies?
Yeah, I had one this morning before I went to the gym.
Very tasty.
The smoothies are good. I didn't know we were getting smoothies, and when I got to the bottom of that box and saw some smooth,
He saw some smooth.
I was very excited.
Carlos Santana showed up.
Savor the harvest season with the Factor's Pumpkin Feast for 2, featuring fall's most craved flavor, pumpkin. This ready-to-eat bundle helps you make the most of autumn with a full spread that feeds two, almost. Date night, anybody? Hello?
Randy.
Their rotating menu has tons of fall options every week, too. Add seasonal favorites like 3-bean vegan chili, apple mustard pork chop, and the Tuscan tomato chicken into your rotation to spice things up. Factor now offers 30-plus meals per week and 36-plus add-on options like smoothies, juices, snacks, and more to keep me going no matter what is on the schedule. Need more protein? You can add protein to select vegan plus vegan meals to pack in a little additional protein in every bite. Sorry, I wobbled there.
I'm probably gonna pass on the vegan, but for some people, that's a wave that they're taking in, and that's great.
It threw me off that I could add more protein.
Yeah.
Because, tis the season for gains.
It is gain season.
It's cheaper than takeout, seriously, and thanks to their commitment to ingredients with integrity, you can actually feel good about what you're eating every day. When things get extra busy, Factor is flexible. Change your order up every week with plans from 4 to 18 meals per week, or pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime. Not only does Factor offer fast, simple solutions when I need them most, they also help me stay on top of my goals when it's hard to carve out time. With offerings like Protein Plus and Keto, I can stay on track without a lot of extra work. Head to gofactor75.com/bang60 and use code BANG60, that's 60, to get 60% off your first box. Let's run that back.
Seems almost too generous.
Be careful with this URL.
Go.factor75.com/bang60.
Go.factor75.com/bang60, and then you use code bang60.
I'm going to, with that, hey,
write it down.
this is going to be in the bio or the notes for the show on this podcast.
Grab a pen and paper right now.
Go ahead.
Go.factor75.com/bang60 and use code bang60. Got it? All right.
That's 60% off first box.
These meals are good. I had there's a white cheddar chicken dish I had.
I haven't had that one yet.
Randy said white cheddar is the best flavor of anything, actually, no more than an hour ago.
I enjoy white cheddar quite a bit.
Me too.
Pretty good.
Annie's white cheddar mac and cheese.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
All right. You guys ready to party?
I am.
Okay. Not very enthusiastic about this party.
That's right. That's my Russ.
That's like South Park, Russ.
This is the part of the show where we party and talk sports at the same time. You guys horny for Judge?
No.
It's going to happen in Texas.
Not particularly.
4-game set in Texas. Arlington.
Oh, how many games do they have left?
Rangers?
Yankees.
I want to say 4.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure Brett will look it up.
Pressure's on, man.
Quick to it.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
All against your Texas Rangers.
He'll get one.
Cool. Probably.
We did it with the live cut-ins.
No.
Yeah.
They don't bother me so much. I mean, well,
I'm not going to Twitter about it.
I've seen
like
some
everybody
split
is.
screens. Those are okay.
Yeah,
but the
that's
full
fine.
screen, get out of my face with that shit.
Yeah.
If I want to watch the game, I'll tune in.
They missed an Ole Miss,
How
like
about-
the first part of an Ole Miss drive this week doing that. I was like, come on.
How about you just show us if he hits it?
Yeah, give me the highlight.
Yeah, highlights are fine with me at this point.
And then you don't only have to do it once or, however many he hits after 61.
Do you care that it's only 62 and not like 74, perhaps?
I do think there should be some acknowledgement for like the non-steroid record. I know that a lot of people think I'm a nerd for saying that, and that's fine. I don't care. Look, what Bonds and what Sosa and McGuire did, it was awesome. I watched it. I loved it. A lot of fun to watch. But there was always the undercurrent of, but,
There's some juice.
there's some juice behind it. In this situation, I do think there's some acknowledgement for hitting 62 home runs, presumably clean.
Presumably.
Clean.
Regardless, he's going to get paid.
Yes.
Quite the contract year for Aaron Judge.
yeah, an all-time contract year. How old is he? He's not super young though, right?
No,
he had a late start to his career.
Very late start.
Yeah.
Because he was still growing into that big old bear frame of his. He's 30.
Yeah, he'll get paid, but he won't get one of these, ridiculous long-term ones.
Antonio Brown did what?
This guy belongs in jail, man.
Yeah, that was a crime, what he did. Sexual assault.
He's scum. He's scum.
What?
He got into a hotel pool, butt ass naked,
Who was he with?
put his ass in some young woman's face.
Was that young woman not with him?
I don't
I
know.
honestly didn't dig too deep into this. I saw the video.
And he showed his meat to everyone sitting around the pool.
You can't just pull it out in the pool, man.
Can't just go meat shots. To
You
people.
can't expose yourself. I don't know what the laws over there.
Where was he?
Dubai, right?
Dubai was
hard-
lit.
Hard to say.
I think it was Dubai. I recall someone dropping that video in.
Will did,
Yeah.
which was very timely and cool. Oh yeah, it was Dubai. Yeah, man. I don't know. This dude, I'm
Keep
worried
your
about.
pants on,
the
AB.
guy's first he froze his feet in a cryo chamber.
And then he stole someone's joke on Twitter,
Yeah.
Yeah, shouts to Hard
which
Factor
may even
boys.
be more egregious. It's not. I'm kidding, folks. What about showing, the defense?
DK Metcalf carted off the field for a doo-doo or a pee-pee.
Probably a doo-doo.
Or maybe a toot, Dylan.
Everyone knows if it's time to clench those cheeks, you can't be walking,
The Paul Pierce.
you can't be walking 200 feet to the locker room. You need to get a cart
like
ride.
waddling.
Yeah.
There was a journalist too that tweeted that is one of the longer walks from the field to the visitor locker room in the NFL, if not the longest.
Really?
Yeah, somebody went way behind the scenes on it.
I would have just gone in the med tent.
Just
Just
drop,
just a bucket.
I'm just a gamer though.
pulled your little pantaloons down.
I'm different, and I would just been in there tooting, Dylan.
Stop talking about tooting, dog.
Why don't you just be a real gamer and go in the drawers?
Toot?
Like my pants.
Yeah,
Dave toots in his pants every day.
Mark
So do
Schlereth
you.
used to piss in his
I do.
pants on the field.
Mark Teixeira.
Schlereth, not
Oh.
Teixeira. Maybe
Wouldn't
him
sh-
too.
Probably.
Tooting ass.
JJ Watt. Were you surprised to learn that he had his heart shocked back into rhythm?
How does a heart get out of rhythm?
AFib.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's like serious.
Atrial fibrillation, an irregular and often very rapid heart rhythm, arrhythmia, that can lead to blood clots in the heart. I'm not a doctor, so take that with a grain of salt. That was just off the dome.
But you did. Was it a Holiday Inn Express?
I did. I got kicked out. I don't know if I told y'all. My house. I've been staying in a Holiday Inn
I'm
Express.
sorry to hear that. Everything good?
I've just been slamming factor meals.
Everything okay?
No.
Just
Living
living
the
on
Holiday Inn.
Vizzy and Factor meals.
Although they do treat me right.
Well, I hope that he's okay moving forward.
Yeah.
That's a scary situation.
stuff.
Oh, hey, Cold Stove. You got any announcements?
Whoa, Cold Stove podcast on this very media network, Washed Media. Season starts this week, Dave. You kidding me?
Hey, how my boys out in Vegas
Feeling
looking?
pretty good about the stars.
What about the Stone Man?
They're there.
What about the Stone Man?
They're doing it. He's still hurt, Dylan. He's like fucking. I'm feeling good. I'm
He
feeling
needs
better.
to get healthy. We need the Stone Man
He's-
if we're
he
gonna make
needs
a
to
run
get
at this
healthy.
thing.
He needs to get healthy. Can't wait. Cannot wait.
It is always hockey season. I swear it's 11 months out of the year.
Stop. It's not. By the way, it's
It's
not this
not.
week. It's very much
It's just
Friday.
not.
So I
Feels
guess
that
this
way,
is-
dog.
Because you got a hockey podcast that
We do it a lot. And they end the season in June and they start it back up in October.
Hey, remember that time Salt Bay salted your nachos at a hockey game, Dave?
It did.
I do. I'll never forget it. I hope to see him again. I'd like to return the favor and maybe salt his nachos.
don't think he needs that, man.
Would he be mad? He would take offense if I tried to
Like,
outsalt him.
I'll salt my own. He didn't talk, but if he could, or if he did, he'd say, "I want to salt my own nachos, Dave, but thank you."
Hey man,
It's kind of my thing.
what if I
buddy.
went to do it and there's like people around and he just goes, "What the fuck are you doing?
Whoa, who's this guy?
Are you fake salting my shows?"
Yeah, you did it to me. Remember the Golden Knights game? It's like,
Yeah, I do
oh,
remember.
Dave. That's right. What's up, Dave?
D-man. Hey, Dish dropped ESPN out of nowhere.
They did.
Happy
And-
Saturday.
On like a Saturday morning,
Yes.
They call that savage, man.
And Sling dropped ESPN at the same time. I believe Dish and Sling are the same. Either owned by the same
I
company.
I love these disputes because you really don't know who the good guy is or if there is one. So you just kind of got to be mad at both.
right?
I
They
mean-
start pointing fingers. Like they put a message up on the screen that said like Disney, ABC pulled, or like they said something. I don't know. what it
Yeah, and they
was.
always have a website like getmyespnback.com.
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
got
oh,
a little
where-
there you
campaign
go.
set up.
So I guess we'll
call
just
to
wait till you
action.
guys holding us hostage up here. Wait till you guys figure it out so I can watch my fucking football.
If you're Dish and Sling, though, like, what are you gonna like? ESPN has all the leverage. You're just not gonna have
Yeah.
us.
Okay, you're not gonna put us on.
No,
Okay, good luck.
Okay, good luck.
Everyone's gonna hop on fucking Slingbox or whatever the
It used to be Slingbox.
Fubo.
Fubo is the only network out there that has or only streaming thing that has NHL Network, and I think about it all the time.
I used to rep a lot of Fubo.
Did you?
Yeah.
Cool.
What does Fubo stand for?
Forest bias.
That's right.
For Dylan by Dylan. For Dorn by Dorn.
No, I didn't wear any Fubo.
I can say that I did not own Fubu.
Believe it was before
No
before my
That's
time.
no
If I
slide on
could have gotten
Fubu.
away with it, though, I would have.
That's no slide on Fubu.
No.
But hey, do better, ESPN and Dish.
They
and,
figured it out.
And Bufu or whatever.
Fufu.
Whatever that
We
one
went
is.
No,
Fubo. We went to
Fubo,
Fubu.
Huh?
We went to Fuhu in Vegas.
Is that what that place is called?
You see Gronk at his birthday party there?
Wait, is that where we spent
Family reunion or something like that.
Is that
Oh,
where we
did he?
spent $3,800 on one bottle?
No, that was the
We got
that was the
KJ.
club next to the Fuhu restaurant.
Never let KJ pick out your bottle at a club.
No, especially
coulda just
because
had
it
a-
was
had-
Dom.
You know what? It
coulda gotten
probably
Tito's.
It probably worked out because had we gotten a bottle of like Kettle or Tito's, we would have been there for at least an hour.
We would have gotten twisted.
We would have gotten, and instead we ran through that champagne and got out of there. We were there for 14 minutes. Fun time though. Shout out to the guy that hooked that up.
It was. But then just KJ took the drink menu. I'll do this.
Way to go, KJ. Answer for yourself. Hey, no run it back today.
Yeah, halfway through, I realized that I didn't start Run It Back. And I was like, you know what? This is such a fire-ass episode. No one's going to miss it. We have so much hot content. We got fucking Scary Man over here. Like, no one's going to even need it. But I was hoping you weren't going to call me out for it, but then you did. Now I feel like an asshole. Thanks for everything.
I was just thinking out loud.
Thanks,
No,
man.
actually, hey, here's something on the rundown. Run it back. This is the segment, of course, where we run it back. First thing, Dylan's a bitch.
No.
I have one just to really
Okay.
cruising in. He run it back. Multiple SMU players plan to sit out the rest of the season with intention to preserve their redshirt year and enter the transfer portal. So,
Oh no.
Damn.
Pony,
KJ just
we need
catching some
KJ's
L's at the end
take.
of this pod.
sorry, KJ.
Damn.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Portals. The portal's exciting, man.
Dude,
I'm a big portal guy.
there needs to be like portal days though. Like signing, like you can't transfer after a certain time, or there needs to be a window. Like
No, there is a window. You have to wait till the season's over.
right, which is
Unless your
fine.
coach is fired, I think they give you
Okay.
an exemption. Like you get to transfer out immediately if you want.
Got it. But
And then you have to announce before the season. I think it's like off season,
Okay.
basically.
Okay, I just
Which is
think
a big
I'd
window.
love like a little like ESPN should be like, oh, you can actually only do it from like May 1st to May or June like 23rd. Like that's your window.
Can you portal more than one time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you play at a different school every year? It'd be kind of
I
cool.
don't know. I mean, I
I
think
don't know about
You
that.
just want to make your,
Theoretically,
want to make your rounds like all the dope schools.
what's those
Go to
like Tate
Georgia,
Martell has
Go to
been
Texas,
in 9
go
schools.
to USC.
Was Cam Rising anywhere after Texas other than Utah?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
I haven't heard of anyone double portaling. It's
So
new,
dude,
though.
he just Tate Martell, right?
Tate Martell did, yeah. Shea Patterson, I think, might have done it twice.
Yeah, but the portal is different. That was like a straight up transfer. You have to like sit out a year. And
Oh
shit.
yeah,
portals
the
are
new
the
portal.
new portal
is very,
system is
yeah,
different.
Yeah,
You don't have to sit out anymore.
yeah. No,
We're gonna look into that, and we'll report back Thursday at the live stream, 6:30 Central.
Hey, we're gonna reportal back to you, Randy. You didn't
I
like
want my
it.
chips with
Okay.
the dip. That's all I know. I don't
Bye-bye.
want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.